Hey, how's it going everyone? Euro94 back with another action figure review, and today we are looking at the Hasbro Star Wars The Black Series Kuiil from Star Wars The Mandalorian. This is part of the new Black Series wave, which is 95% Mandalorian figures, which I am 100% okay with. The case assortment consists of 2 Grief Kargas, 2 Moff Gideons, and 2 Kuiils with 1 Armorer and 1 Darkseid Ray. I'm very happy that Hasbro's showing Mandalorian some love. Hopefully we get some more figures in the future. I have no doubt in my mind that it's not going to stop. So there's the front of the package. Here is the side with a nice image of Kuiil, and then on the back side another image of Kuiil with a read up on the side that says, "A vapor farmer on Arvala 7, Kuiil came to seek peace in an out-of-the-way world, which is now being trespassed upon by criminals and mercenaries. He has worked a lifetime to be free of servitude and offers valuable skills for those willing to meet his price." So that's it for Kuiil, and this is the last new figure of the wave. If you guys missed out my review of Moff Gideon and Grief Karga, be sure to check those reviews out. And if you're interested in the wave, be sure to check the links down in the description where you guys can order yourself a set at BigBadToyStore.com. So definitely a character I wish stuck around more than he did in the show. He was always fun to watch on screen and just listen to. I'm very happy that we got a figure made of him. Now definitely think he could have been a deluxe release with a blurg. Since he is a smaller figure, I think that would have been a great release, maybe for like $50, a blurg and Kuiil packed in would have been pretty fair, and I think maybe it's gonna happen, who knows. I wonder if they'll just release the same figure or change something up. Nonetheless, my point here is I really hope we get a 6-inch scale blurg. Kuiil looks like he just jumped off the screen. I think the likeness is there about 95%. The face looks great, and a nice little surprise is that his helmet slash hat is removable, so you can have him without it, which is something I did not expect. So he doesn't come packed with much, only his little blaster rifle or shotgun or whatever you would call this right here. It has a little strap that moves around and it is removable if you want to remove it, but that's his only accessory, unless you count the removable hat that I just showed you guys there. I don't know the proper term for this hat. I guess you would call it an aviator hat because that's what it looks like, but this is Star Wars, so I'm sure it's not an aviator hat. So here's a closer look at the face sculpt, and look how perfect that face sculpt came out. That looks amazing, so great job Hasbro on that. I'll remove the aviator hat one more time so you guys can see him without it up close. You can see the detail on the hair. Some skin bled through there, so it's not perfect on the skin, but I think I'm going to display him with the hat on anyways, so I'm not really too bothered by that. Then you can see the texture on his little collar piece, which is attached to his backpack, and that is a separate piece that just hangs there. If you remove the head, it is removable down to the arms here, and the torso and the feet. I'm sure I'm probably doing something wrong, but I'm trying to get him to grab his weapon and grip it firmly and how it's supposed to, but it's very hard to do so. Alright, and while we're up here, we'll take a look at the articulation. First and foremost, the head is very loose on my figure, so keep an eye out for that. Maybe that's a thing across all production, hopefully not. But it's a little loose. My Grief Karga left arm was really loose, so don't know what's going on with that. Normally Hasbro's pretty good with joints and they don't make them too loose, so hopefully it's not widespread. Anyways, the head will look up fairly good and look down okay. Not too much. He looks forward more than anything. Left and right, there's a little head tilt there. Arms go forward and back, in and out. There is a single jointed elbow and a swivel at the elbow. Swivel at the wrist with a hinge. No diaphragm joint, we just got the waist articulation, so it swivels there and it goes forward and back a little bit. T-jointed legs go forward, back, in and out. There's a thigh swivel, single jointed knee, swivel at the knee, ankle hinge forward and back, and then there's the rocker at the foot, and that's about it. So if you have a hard time getting him to grip his weapon in his hand, then you can just strap it over his shoulder like that, and it looks pretty good and it stays on. There's a way to display it. So as for size comparisons go, I'll get him next to Grief Karga first. Now, I do feel like Kuiil is a little bit tall for what he's supposed to be. I think Ugnaughts are supposed to be about 3 feet tall. And if we're gonna say that Grief Karga is about 6 feet tall, then I don't feel like it's to scale right now. The Moff Gideon figure actually stands shorter than Grief Karga, so it's really going to look out of scale here since Kuiil is standing right below his chin, right at his chest. Here we have him next to the Mandalorian, which probably stands around 6 feet tall as well. And again, this is going to be sounding like a broken record, but it's not going to be 100% in scale, obviously, as we can see here. There's a look at him next to Cara Dune, and then I'll throw in a Remnant Stormtrooper there. Even though this figure is not entirely in scale, I still really enjoy this figure and I like it a lot. I think Hasbro had to sacrifice the scaling so we could get the proper detailing and likeness to the Ugnaught Kuiil. I could be wrong, I don't know, maybe they could do it. They do 3 3/4 inch figures just fine, but we all know the details on those aren't as great as the ones for 6-inch figures. Nonetheless, I appreciate this release and it looks great and I'm happy with it, despite the flaw of the scaling. Let me know your thoughts down below. I'm sure some people won't be too happy about it, but I'm sure some others will feel exactly how I feel. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't done so already. As always, have a great day. Bye.
That's crispy.